Well, hello and welcome to Super Gran. No, not really. Hello and welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and tonight we're Scottish. Well, we're trying to be Scottish, aren't we? Well, unless you're Swiss or you don't want the Scots to win. I've got me blue top on. Look, we don't want to see Scotland going home. They might not like the English, but we like them. Welcome to the Members Club, Lee. This is Scotland's opportunity to stay in the tournament. They've got to try and get something against the Swiss, who I actually have in my my sweepstake. They are one of my picks of the dark horse of the tournament, but they're also my sweepstake. Look at the league table on my left. Scotland lose this game, and I think they're out because their goal difference is so bad. You can go through. I'll stop doing it now. You can go through with 3 points, but you're not. It's very unlikely. If you look back at, remember, 4 of the 6 third-place teams will go through to the quarterfinals. But when you look back at history, it's very rare for a team with 3 points to go through when their goal difference is below -3. And Scotland's will be more than -4 if they lose the game. So there's lots to go on here. Can't wait for the Scottish humiliation, says J-Board. Well, hello, J-Board. No, I mean, I'll stop doing that. There's a very, very, very big chance that, you know, I think Switzerland will be hard to beat here. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's they've got a chance, Scotland. In international football, it can happen. Switzerland against Scotland, if it was a qualifier, you wouldn't necessarily say that Switzerland are the person, you know, are definitely going to win. So, look, they've got a chance. So, there we go. Let me just put this tweet out. Come on, Scooby-Doo. I'm live. Join in for the Scottish win. There we go. Join in for the Scottish win. How's about that then? I like that. Aye. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to stop. It's Sheffield United against Switzerland, says AFC. And are you going to be back in the Goldbridge Arms with Will? We are. Will's actually heading out to Germany for the Netherlands-France game. We've got a bit of something going on with that. So whether Netherlands-France is Friday night, and then when he's back, we're going to be back in the pub for one of the 8 o'clock games. I think it's Monday or something like that. I really enjoyed that, and we would have done it more if he wasn't going out to Germany. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this game? Let's have a quick look at the team news for both teams. Scotland first. There it is, up on your screen for you. John McGinn and Shea Adams, I like that. I think a little bit of mobility in the team is really important. Look, Scott McTominay, first of all, needs to take off his Harry Potter invisibility cloak and actually, you know, get into the game. I always say as a Man United fan, when it comes to Scott McTominay, that it really is about if he scores, he has a good game. If he doesn't score, you tend to say, did he actually play? Gunn in goal, Cherney, Hanley, Hendry, Robertson, McGregor, Gilmore, Ralston, McTominay, McGinn and Adams. Look, there's a few names you'll know there. They certainly haven't got a first team that matches up to a Portuguese bench, far from it. But they're alive, they're fighting, and they're ready to go in this game tonight. Switzerland, look, Sommer, Rodriguez, Akanji, Shah, Abisha, Xhaka, Freuler, Widmer, Vargas, Shaqiri, and Ndoye. Good team. Mbolo is on the bench, obviously coming back from injury. Okafor's on the bench as well. They've got good players, Switzerland, and they've got reasonable players on the bench. And I think that they're going to be a team that can certainly, I think they come into this game favourites. They're probably very, very strong favourites to finish second in the group. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. John McGinn is scrappy do, says Phil Jones, pink boots. Do you think we can beat Denmark tomorrow, says Matt? Don't forget, tomorrow it's a big day. I've got to pace myself tomorrow because England is the 5 o'clock game where I'll be having a drink. And then I'm doing Spain, Italy at 8 o'clock, which I'm really looking forward to. I wish it was the other way around. It's not. But yeah, big day on That's Football tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We're on the road to 175k. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome. And we're doing every game as a watch-along on That's Football. 3 games today. Nice to have the 2 o'clock game back. But yeah, look, I watched Germany earlier. I thought that I thought Hungary did what I thought Hungary would do. You know, they were a little bit unlucky a couple of times. I think they could have scored a goal. But Germany are looking like a team. Look, there probably ain't many people out there that want Germany to do well. But I think for the good of the tournament, and what a tournament it's been. We've still not even had a hint of a 0-0. And every game has had something really. And even the Portugal game at the end was exciting. So I think that when you look at it, it's been a great tournament. And when the hosts are doing well, it makes the tournament even richer, I think. So just beware, they'll start singing It's Coming Home Soon, the Germans, because they're in a home tournament. We've had an early request here from Connor Jackson for a either or between McGinn and Xhaka, which I actually think might be quite a good one. So get going with that. Obviously, it's relevant to the game as well, which is very, very good. Rabiot update, says Yash. I'll have a look. Rabiot is stalling on agreeing a new contract at Juventus as he is waiting for Manchester United. That's from Tutto Sport. Yeah, I think that Tutto Sport, it's a lot. I know who Tutto Sport is, but it's a long, long time since I've thought they were a good update for transfers. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if we get anything from Romano or Ornstein on that. I like the idea of Rabiot, and I've always said that it is an option for Manchester United, but I thought he played well the other night with Kante. So yeah, let's see how that develops. Didn't get to ask this on the United stand, says Joe. But if Nice is out of Europa League in the groups and United are still in, could buy him then? I don't think so, Joe. I think it's a blanket no there. Taff says, what do you think about Aston Villa doing good business? Maatson at left back is a good deal. If they get Conor Gallagher, that's a good deal. They're going to need another 4. I mean, why are Chelsea so interested in Duran from... it is Chelsea are interested in that Duran from Chelsea, from Villa, aren't they? I'm sure I read that. Why? I mean, I know a lot of Villa fans because of where I live, and I've asked them about him before because, you know, I'll often say, what happens if Watkins gets injured? And they don't. Most Villa fans I've spoken to have said, you know, he's very raw, but I don't. You know, it's not like he's a superstar prospect. So I don't know what that's all about. I think I agree with Savage though. If Villa gets Conor Gallagher, it'd be a good signing for them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to England tomorrow night though. Tomorrow evening, very much so. Thanks for the super chat, Joe. It sort of took us into 2 or 3 directions there. Absolute legend. Thank you. Appreciate that. Score predictions. Lovely evening here in Cologne. Smells lovely as well. But no, lovely evening. The sun is shining in Germany and the crowds are big. I am in love with this tournament. I've got to say, I am absolutely loving this tournament. I felt the Qatari loving was a little bit manufactured. It felt like we had to like it because it was something new. And I've got nothing against the Qatari World Cup, but I feel like the Euros before the World Cup was a bit crap. I feel like this is a proper tournament, and I'm loving it. The weather, the crowds, the football, we're getting it all at the moment. I suspect it will drop off in the group stage, in the knockout stage, because, you know, when it becomes more important, I think teams will tighten up a little bit. But the group stage has been fantastic so far, and I'm really enjoying it. What chance Scotland win? They can win, but I think it'll be difficult. Yeah, I think it'll be difficult. Casper says Germany are perfect for the Euros. Yeah, so many good stadiums as well. Yeah. Hungary is currently last in the group, says Finn. And just because England lost last Euros, says Minto. And people in Qatar are tourists, not football fans, says Journo. Oh, look, I think they did an amazing job in Qatar, but this is, you know, football heritage, isn't it? Germany, across a whole country. You know, you can't go from one pitch to the other in 20 minutes. I mean, I think Thogden, when he was over in Qatar, he could watch 20 minutes of one game and 20 minutes of the other and, you know, only missed 5. They were that close together, weren't they? So, come on, Scotland, says Manek. Xhaka has beaten McGinn 75% to 25%. What I want to do is, I'm just going to take over the poll here. Who do you want to win? Not who do you think will win. Who do you want to win? Because I actually do want Scotland to win. Because I still think Switzerland will... Well, Switzerland's final game is Germany. I'd still fancy Switzerland to get through the group. Because remember, people say 3 points might not be enough. But if Scotland win this game, and then Hungary beat Scotland, and then Germany beat Switzerland, you'd have 3 teams on 3 points. One of them second and goes through. You can go through in second place with 3 points. So I'd like to see Scotland win it. I'd like to see Scotland get a result. But I think it would be tough because I think Switzerland are a good team. They're a bit like Austria. They do try and play a bit of football. Yeah, but looking forward to it, certainly. Easier for England if the bad teams go through, says Andy. Scotland forever, says your mum, yeah. What's going on with Bruno, says Ibs. Don't know. And I want Switzerland to win because I bet $10 on them, says Rochester. I think Switzerland will win. Duran is a massive head case with crap attitude, says the HBN. With Bendia coming back, he becomes redundant. Chelsea paying 40 million is laughable. I don't understand that deal. I really, really don't. And I don't know whether anybody listened to the Goldbridge Saves Football podcast this week. Very, very good talk about the Euros, but also a bit of domestic stuff as well. De Zerbi to Marseille. What's that all about? I mean, he's being linked with Man United, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Liverpool, and he ends up at Marseille. And I think Brighton have played an absolute blinder there. Because I think Brighton were like, we're not begging you. We're not begging you. If you don't end up with the job you want, you can still go. And that's a drop-off. To go from Brighton to Marseille, he's gone backwards there, De Zerbi. And it's mad, isn't it? It's mad how things can turn around. I mean, I remember he was really being linked to lots of big jobs, and people didn't go for him, did they, in the end? What are your thoughts on Croatia, says Awoken? Amazing games today. Albania. I mean, a lot of people said that Turkey last night against Georgia was game of the tournament, but Albania, Croatia was very entertaining as well. And yeah, I think that Croatia are going to have to... I'm trying to think who that Croatia group. Croatia drew with Albania. Yeah, Croatia are going to need to beat Italy or they're going out. And I think Croatia are done. I think they're done. You're not going to get through on 1 point. And then unless Italy make a load of changes in that final game because they beat Spain, which I'm looking forward to tomorrow, I think Croatia might be gone. Yeah, I think they might be in trouble. So yeah, it'd be tough. Thanks for the super chat, HPN, by the way. You can do that through the $, of course. We're only 3 minutes away from the start of this game. And very, very excited to be up and running on this one. Let me just start the stats carousel for you now. Let's just hope. We'll definitely get goals with Gunn in goal. I don't want to be... I don't want to be... I'm not being horrible to Gunn, but he was crap in the game against Germany, and you know, this is the Euros. Yeah, there's nowhere to hide here. No, you can't hide here. Let me get my timer ready. There it is. Scooby-Doo. Just going through the teams here. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. All very, very welcome, of course. My first watch-along of the day, but the third of the day. I must admit, I've watched a lot of the football. I've watched a lot of the football today. So I'm ready to go. And I really enjoyed the Germany-Hungary game, and I thought the Albanian, late equalizer was fantastic as well. But we're about ready to go here. I might, I'm going to be very animated tomorrow when it's my England. But I think I'll be quite animated in this one as well. I'd love Scotland to do something. I'm not anti-Swiss. I really want to make this very, very clear. I love the Swiss. I love Toblerone. I absolutely love Lindt chocolate and anything else. What's good that's Swiss? But I love Toblerone. It's probably my favourite chocolate. I'm Alan Partridge. I drive to Dundee chewing on the stuff. I love Toblerone. I love the chocolate. I love the chewiness. It's absolutely incredible. I love watches. I love watches of Switzerland. I love K-Swiss shoes. Roger Federer. I love a lot of cheese. I like cheese. I love Swiss Army knives. I used to have one of them when I was a kid. I love the Swiss. I've got you in my sweepstake, or as I call it, the Swiss steak. And I do think you'll do really well in the tournament. So I'm not anti-Swiss. I just want Scotland to win. Flower of Scotland is an absolute banger, says Goldio. Also, do you think Steve Cooper snuck some Scooby snacks into the Swiss midfielders' pockets, says Goldio. Jack Glancy says Scotland once again wasting a tournament spot that Norway could have got. Steve Clark is the Scottish Southgate. We deserve nothing, says Jack. Hey, up, mid up. We're going for it. I'm more Scottish than Jack, and he's Scottish. No, I'd love Scotland to do it. I really would. Fondue Swiss as well, says Faddle. What's your favourite Scottish thing? I used to like Iron Brew. I've not had it for years. I don't know what my favourite Scottish thing is. Whiskey? Maybe whiskey? Yeah. They got the Swiss Alps. I mean, Switzerland's got it going on. I think Switzerland's got it going on a lot, hasn't it? I tell you what, the best air, and this sounds stupid, the best air I've ever breathed. And Scotland have got a corner here. Well, everybody up. Everybody up. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Get the keeper up. We're all going up. How you doing, all right?
Yeah.
Just back fresh from a match. What was the score?
We probably won about like 10-5.
10-5?
We're not sure.
Sounds like a cracker.
We're not sure because
You were that good?
Yeah.
Did you play like tiki-taka, pass it about, or just boot it?
No, we did like 1 hour match.
1 hour?
Yeah.
How did you get around with? Did they let you have a break?
Yeah, we had
A drink.
2 drink breaks and just half time.
It's all about getting ready for pre-season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go and get yourself in the shower then. Good lad. Oh, I wish it was me starting again. I really do. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about now. Just completely lost in Seb's match. 10-5. Yeah, we'll have a 10-5. We'll have a 10-5. Come on, Scotland. This is a good start. Cherney whips the cross in. It's a good start from Scotland, this. Che Adams. No. Corner F. Yes, corner. This is like Andy Murray versus Federer. Yes, says Goldio. McTominay's your favourite Scottish thing, says Jack. The Tartan army is out in force. Come on, Scotland, says Stuart Wallace. Who do you think can beat this German side, says Yusuf. I think Germany are growing into this amazing tournament very, very well. But I would still put my hand up and say, if Germany played France, England, Portugal, Austria, Switzerland, I still think there are... It's good for Germany because obviously Scotland didn't play very well. Hungary aren't a hell of a lot better. So they're growing into the tournament. But I'm not convinced as to how good Germany are yet. And that's not a criticism. I would just say grow into the tournament. McTominay taking corners is incredible. With Scotland having their Phil Jones moment here. I mean, he's actually good in the air. And he's taking corners. Incredible. Oh, yeah. What's the best air you've ever breathed? And don't say when you went down on somebody or something like that. That's not me saying that. That's just the chats. That's the sort of stuff they would say. Or, you know, after I'd had a curry one night and I'd lifted the blanket up after a trump. I'm not talking about vulgar stuff. I'm talking about oxygen. Oxygen. What's the best air you've ever breathed? Because I will tell you now, in a world exclusive, I went to Switzerland when I was about 12, en route to Italy. And we stopped off for breakfast. And I walked outside. I nearly passed out on happiness. The air was just... I've never breathed air like it. It was just unbelievable. I didn't want it. They were like, my family were like, get in the car, we're going. And I was like, I want to just stay here and breathe this air. You know, I was saying I could be, you know, my dog could have died and I'd still be smiling. This air is so not. I mean, I was trying to think what I cared about when I was 12. I'm not going to get a divorce or cheated on at 12 with anybody, am I? So, but I would have cared if my dog died. Yeah, amazing place, Switzerland. It's beautiful. I remember going through a tunnel. Again, stop all that. I remember going on a coach trip through Switzerland, and you know, they put an episode of Only Fools and Horses on as we were going into this tunnel, and we were still in the tunnel when the episode ended. We'd broken down. No, I don't think all of it. We went through a tunnel in Switzerland for about 10 minutes. It was a long time. I think we were going through a mountain. Somebody will know what that tunnel is. Chelsea and Villa have completed the Maatsen signing today, says Rub. Yeah, I think it's a good deal for Villa, and it's an example of Chelsea selling good players again to raise money, isn't it? Thanks to everyone who's watching, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like on video. Nearly 10,000 watching. It's the Gotthard Tunnel. The Gotthard Tunnel. Might be the Mont Blanc Tunnel, says Sven. It was a long tunnel. Swiss air makes you straight. What? Says who to blame? I don't know what that's all about. It's probably the Gotthard Tunnel. I'm going to Google it now. The journey takes about 13 minutes by car. Wow, there you go. It's 10 miles long. There you go. I wasn't making it up. Oyan says, Norwegian air is unbeatable, Mark. Anyway, back onto the game. Quite an equal start here, which is good for Scotland. Gilmore's an interesting player. Is he still at Brighton? What happened to him last season? Was he injured? Like, I thought he was a clever signing for Brighton. But I quite liked Gilmore. Switzerland, though, knocking the ball around nicely. Just knocking the ball about at the back at the moment. Oh, they're in down the right-hand side. Not a good touch. That'll go for a goal kick. Do. Have you been to Norway, Mark? Says Orjan. No. Rub says Shaw is such an underrated defender. And Jack says, I'm very critical of Scotland because I care. That can be the way, Jack, actually, when you do, you know, you can be critical of the things that you love. Malaysian Air is awful. Would not recommend. Ended up on the ocean floor, says Tom. I don't think all of them did. But rest in peace to those. They never found it, did they? Who do you think has a higher ceiling, Bellingham or Musiala? I knew that was going to get asked. I think Bellingham, but I think Musiala is a fantastic player. Treble Champ says, rest in peace to Rob Blanchett. We lost a beloved Red today. Yeah, I saw that when I was live on the United Stand. Absolutely shocked. Didn't even, I don't know if anybody knows what happened. I mean, I suppose you don't necessarily do know what happened, but I hadn't heard that he was ill or anything like that. So very, very sad news. I'd had interactions with him before, and we didn't always agree on things, but, that's not a problem, is it? It's football, and it's very, very sad news. And thoughts with his friends and family, we're here for a good time, not a long time, as I keep saying. Will you do a forfeit, says Goldio, if Wout Weghorst wins the Golden Boot? I will do a forfeit for you, mate. If Wout Weghorst wins the Golden Boot, but I'll tell you what, I won't be doing the forfeit, because he won't win the Golden Boot. I've played the game. Musiala's top at the moment, isn't he, with 2? I mean, that's one thing we haven't had in the tournament yet. A striker, really. Well, it doesn't have to be a striker, but we've not really had somebody who's, like, on fire goals-wise yet, have we? Mbappe's not scored, Kane's not scored, Ronaldo's not scored. Corner to Switzerland here. But Mighty Wout has scored. I think Musiala and has Gundogan got 2 as well. Did Gundogan score against Scotland? I seem to think he might have done. The game is on the BBC. I'll tell you what I'm very good at the moment. I've been playing it quite a lot. Garden tennis. One bounce over the net. I'm brilliant at it. I bet you needed to know that. Right, corner. Shaqiri. He's gone short. I don't know what this routine is from Switzerland, but Shaqiri puts the cross in. Well defended by the Scottish centre-back. And they've got a bit of a break on Scotland. Come on, this could be a moment. Knocks it wide. Needs the cut back. Goal! It's Scooby-Doo! I tell ya! Scooby-Doo! Scott McTominay! What a goal! It's deflected in offside. But I told you, Scott McTominay, when he scores a goal, he has a good game. It does deflect, but the cutback's there. And it's Scott McTominay who makes it 1-0 to Scotland here. We're having a party. Get the Iron Brew out. Scooby-Doo. And it's 1-0 to I nearly said to Manchester United. Get in. Lovely break by Scotland as well. You can't argue about it. They've broke really, really well here. And McTominay's not really part of the play, but he's on the edge of the box. They've not picked him up. He takes the shot. It's going to get saved. I don't know what... I mean, look, it's not a great finish, but it's on target. Sommer's probably going to catch it. Shaw puts his foot out. They all count. And Scotland have got a dream start here. Yeah, it's going to be a very easy save for Sommer, and then Shaw sticks his foot out and deflects it in. So, fortuitous or not, it's a good start for Scotland, and it's exactly what we would have wanted in this game. Scotland scoring first. Bit of luck, but we'll all take that. 13 minutes gone. Scotland leading 1-0 here. Mel Gibson FC. The Proclaimers. When I go out and I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. Yeah, I don't like that song. Who are you singing it to? Don't be singing it to your mum or your best mate. It won't go down as an own goal. Surely it won't go down as an own goal. It was on target. It's got to be a goal for McTominay, that. If the shot's on target, it's a goal. Look, I've just checked on the BBC. It says Scooby-Doo, 13 minutes, assisted by McGregor. McTominay's having that. Stuart Wallace says, Scotty, you beautiful, useless dope. Look, the thing about McTominay is, if he scores a goal, he has a good game. Another corner. UEFA are saying an own goal. What? They do. UEFA are getting on my... I tell you what, UEFA are getting on my right nerves tonight. Right, getting on my nerves. Useless environment for arseholes. UEFA. That's what it stands for. They've stopped us buying Todibo and now they're stopping McTominay scoring. What's next? I won't be getting my Ovaltine at 10 o'clock. How can it not be a goal for McTominay? It was on target, for the love of God. It was on target. If you shoot on target and it deflects in, it can't be an OG. That's always been the rule. I don't think that is the rule, actually. It's a McTominay goal. The BBC say it's a McTominay goal, so I'm saying it's a McTominay goal. Look, as I said, I like Switzerland. 58% of you want Scotland to win. I like Switzerland. They're my dark horse of the... They've just said on the telly, own goal. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. How can it be on... How have they given that as an own goal? They're talking out their absolute arse. Well, I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be that man who walks 1,000 miles to roll down at your door. Shalabamba, Bobby da row. They've just put it up on the screen that it was an own goal. Nonsense. What's good Scottish things? Deep fried Toblerone on the menus tonight. Oh, I can't be doing a batter at my stomach. Oh, another corner. Of course, Scotland have got to be careful here. They can't just keep sitting back. It's exciting, isn't it? Another game where it's not going to be a 0-0 as well. I'll tell you what, that's a big... Look at that, behind the Scottish goal. I've not seen a hole like that. It's bigger than a clown's pocket. It's massive. Have you seen that big hole behind the goal? Like it's... I can't remember what they call it. The Iron Brew finally got through German customs. The golden liquid is running through their veins tonight. Bit of a head injury here. Thanks for the super chat, Jack Glancy. He's Scottish, you know. Look, I'm Scottish tonight. I've got a kilt on. Look. I'll lift it up. It's not. It's a pair of shorts, but it could be a kilt. I've got a royal blue top on, and I've got me tartan bottoms on. Hippity uppity, hey, hey. I'm a Scottish fan tonight. I'll tell you that for free. Yabba-da-dee, yabba-da-doo, in America. Oh, that's not Scottish. I'm trying to think of Scottish songs. Nice bit of skirt. Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe they've not given that to McTominay. It's going in. It's not going in, but it's definitely on target. Green, green grass. That's not Scottish either. Mark, you're not proud Man United are following the rules. Man City will get their karma. I'd rather get run like Arsenal than Man City, says who to blame. Shaw's had a bad few minutes. Own goal. And a smack in the nose. Goalie would have saved it, so it's not an own, so it has to be an own goal. I've never heard that rule before. Second own goal for Scotland. That's their top scorer of the tournament. Yeah, they're saying on the telly it's a Shaw own goal. Whatever happened to Rapsy Nesbitt, says Nick P. The character, I don't know, but the person who plays it, I saw in a very good comedy called Cockerfields on UK Gold not that long ago. He was also in Love Actually. What would Sean Dyche think of this match so far, says Flores. I ain't doing a Sean Dyche. I've got too many bloody watch-alongs to do over the next few weeks. I can't lose my voice. Mctominay, one of United's best players this season, says Ian. We'll just let him have his say and move on. Don't humour him by actually getting into a debate. Scotland are second at the moment. Are they? Oh yeah, because it's head-to-head, isn't it, in the group? But it's goal difference for third place, comparable to everyone else. Moyes is twerking on Talk Sport with Jim. I think Moyes is on the BBC, isn't he? I'm sure I saw him. Another corner for Switzerland. I mean, they've had a lot of corners. I mean, it was a corner that Scotland scored from on the break. I've just seen a video on YouTube recommended to me. Mark Goldbridge, wife, walks past in a bikini. 1.8 million views. I don't own the channel. Mark Goldbridge clips. 1.8 million views. Mark Goldbridge, wife, walks past in a bikini. She's definitely never walked past in a bikini. So that is clickbait. Scotland clear it. Take the time and take some space. Well, it's playing into Scotland's hands at the moment to just counter, I suppose. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to somewhere. We're on the road to 175,000 tonight. We're only 300 away. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the button in the bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. We do loads of watch-alongs on here throughout the season, but we're doing every game of the Euros. We've got our Manchester studio that's done a great job on the first two games of the day. We've got me here. We'll be back in the Goldbridge Arms, me and Will, over the weekend. So lots to get involved in. Oh, I said it on the clip that she walked past. Yeah, you didn't get to see it then. Oh, that happens to me all the time. She will watch the stream, and if she thinks I'm tired, she will come downstairs and just walk behind the screen in a bikini. Sometimes different types, just to get me, you know, give me a bit of motivation. This is the life I lead. If she's listening to this, she'll walk in front of the camera and whack me over the head with a frying pan. She doesn't. I don't know why I said that previously on a stream, but she definitely doesn't do that. You've played the game, says Chris. You've wrote about the game. What's next for you and the game, says Chris. Yeah, well, I need to start pushing my book because it's coming out soon, and we have got some prizes to give away on the lead up to that book. Coaching, a pint in the Goldbridge Arms. We'll be filming all of these things as well for the people who win them. So, yes, don't forget to pre-order your book, and you'll go into the prize, the competition for that. Check it out on my Instagram story, at 'Goldbridge Mark. William Wallace was 7 feet tall. I've just pinned the link for the book in the chat for anyone who wants to pre-order it. And it's on my Instagram story. The prizes you can win. I've forgotten what all of them are. Scotland winning 1-0. They're up for it. They're concentrated. GP says, when your book comes out, I'm going to leave you a review saying better than the Bible. What? Well, that would be an amazing review. And probably, look, your words, not mine, but, you know, I can understand it, having written it myself. Ant Smiths doesn't understand how 3 teams can go through. Well, basically, Ant, there's 4 teams in the group and 3 can go through. Oh, terrible back pass. Oh, what a goal. Well, there's punishment and there's punishment. And that is sent to your room with no supper for Scotland. You're grounded for a week. Absolutely devastating finish from Shakira. Shakira, I mean, it's a bad back pass. There's no doubt about it. But it's not like it's a one-on-one. It's, there's still a hell of a lot for Shaqiri to do. Oh my Christ. The whip on that. It's like a, forget Toblerone, it's like a curly whirly. Absolute devastating finish. Unbelievable. That is absolutely amazing. Amazing finish by Shaqiri. You've got to, if you're not seeing it, you've got to see it. It's right in the top corner. It's just delightful. It's so good. I mean, the accuracy of that is just top bins. If a bin was in the corner, it'd be in it. And look, people will say you'd expect him to score from there. Idiots. Like, he has to hit it first time, because if he takes a touch, he's going to get caught by the defender. He's not in the box. I would say from that chance, the chances of scoring are probably lower than 20%. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Nick P says he must be 90. Didn't realise he still played. That's devastating for Switzerland. I mean, I've just realised that's devastating for Switzerland. I mean, Scotland. I want Scotland to win, but you can't deny that that is an amazing goal. On his left foot as well. Another chance. Oh, just over the bar. Just a bit of breaking news. England unchanged for the team tomorrow against Denmark. Same team as yesterday. Leaked 24 hours early. It's in the press. England will line up the same tomorrow. Trent will be playing in the midfield. Foden will be on the left. I just love that type of finish when it goes in the top corner like that. Delightful goal. Look, a Scotland draw might not, if Scotland can get to 4 points, they will go through. I'm sure they will. One of the best Euros I've seen so far, says Aaron. Oh, yeah. I mean, that for me is is that the goal of the tournament? I don't know, but it's a lovely finish. Half an hour gone, 1-1. This Euros is cooking, says Kiz. Aki says it's got to be... Oh, they're in again. Cut back. Oh, good defending by Scotland. It's a shame for Scotland as well, because the goal that they have conceded, it comes from a mistake. Obviously, the pass back is a mistake, but you wouldn't expect to get punished like that. That's like, you know, give someone an inch and they take a yard. Phoenix says, I think the Gula goal could be better. I mean, look, I still like Fulkrug's finish. I still think that goal against Scotland, how hard he hit it, was unbelievable. But what a tournament. How did the Ollie Murs beef begin, says Parker? I don't think we've got beef. I don't think he's dared say anything about me. Because I tell you what, we'll be in that Misfits ring quicker than he can say troublemaker. It's very one-sided. Let's put it that way. Can you buy signed copies of the book, says Darren? I feel that Bookbridge is going to have to put the QR code in the chat for you. Let me pause it. Troublemaker. I'll tell you what, I'll give you bloody trouble. I'm such a noob. Right, okay. Yes, if you scan that QR code with your camera phone, it will take you to all the places that you can pre-order the book. It's also got the Penguin. So basically, if you scan that QR code, you can pre-order it from Amazon. You can pre-order the Audible from Amazon. You can pre-order a signed copy from W.H. Smith. Or you can then go to Penguin with a chance to win the prizes, of which... Great save by Gunn. An afternoon with Mark Goldbridge coaching a five-a-side or Sunday league team. A pint with Mark Goldbridge at the Goldbridge Arms. A personalised cameo video from Mark Goldbridge. A football signed by Mark Goldbridge. United Stand merch. Goldbridge Arms merch. It's all up for grabs. Scan the QR code. Get involved. It works. Swiss are piling on the pressure here, says Tommy. Why do people want Scotland to win? They hate us, says Froa. Because an eye for an eye doesn't have to be a thing. Let them hate. I would like Scotland. Look, I think Scotland have been a real... Oh, keeper's made a mistake. Oh, what are they doing defensively? What are you doing defensively, Scotland? Oh, there's an offside. I tell you what, if that had been a goal, what's the Pratt on the line doing? Cross comes in. Yeah, I think he is just about offside. Yeah, I think he was offside. But the person on the line, again, that's the guy who did the pass back. What's his name? It was offside, don't worry. Say my name, say my name. Ralston at right back is having a bloody nightmare. What was he doing there? It was offside, though. Norway should have been in the Euros, not Scotland, says Johans. And why do people want Scotland to win? They hate us. Rub says that Trent is a misfit in midfield and England will be found out against stronger opponent with this midfield. The balance needs to be better. Agni Bridge, is it okay to get bladdered for England games, says Goldio? I think so. I mean, I'm limiting it. I'm limiting my drinking to weekends and England games. Lawrence Shankland, mark my words, says Stuart Watt. I know who you're talking about, Stuart. Remember my career mode. Yeah. Guns having another stinker, says Eamon. Lennon says we're holding on by a thread here. Yeah, Scotland have reverted to Germany mode again, haven't they? You know, you score first. You've conceded a legitimately good goal. It's back to level pegging. Switch on and concentrate again. Switzerland are my team in my sweepstake, though. So they're, I think they are a team that could go, could hit the quarterfinals. I don't know who they'd get if they finish second in the group. I need to start looking at those permutations. We're only 200 subscribers away from 175,000. Please click and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. It's been a cracking game again. In another brilliant day for the Euros. Definitely be tuning into the highlights shows later. It's been absolutely fantastic. 59% of you would like Scotland to win. I'm going to close that off now. I'm going to get another poll on the go for you. I've got one. Don't worry. I've got one. Nathan Ball has got sweepstakes Spain. I've got an either or. Trying to think. Who would be another either or for Mctominay? Southgate Ball 101, score first and hide all games, says Jack. Thoughts on a midfield of Rice, Bellingham and Palmer? I think it could work, Zyro. I don't think we'll see it. How come no wash and go advert this tournament, says Ez. I don't want to answer that. And Donny Bravo says, stop advertising your book on here and pay for ads elsewhere like everyone else, man. Yeah. How's about I can advertise my book on my YouTube channel, Donny, you cheeky get. And Norway should have been in the Euros, have done that one. What is a good alternative? I mean, Xhaka McTominay's not fair. You can't do that, FPL Fozzie. You got to go lower than that. I don't think McTominay or Conor Gallagher would be close either. Fabian Delph. Shaqiri, you having a bloody laugh? Zidane. I want to do McTominay, but I can't think of anybody. Traffic cone. Come on. Come on. McTominay or somebody. I've started now, so I've got to do it. Here is McTominay. Oh, he's fell over the ball. That's not good timing, Scott. Oh, yeah, I've got one. Jordan Henderson. That is absolutely perfect. Yes. Messi. No, he's missed out. Rishi predicted to lose his seat. Thoughts as Goldio. Don't care. I don't care. I mean, I literally was doing United Stand, had the telly on, and I saw Gary Neville doing a walk along with Keir Starmer, and I just thought, you know what? Whether it's Gary Lineker or Gary Neville, I cannot be arsed with people ramming their politics down our throats when they're famous for football. I just don't agree with it. I do not agree with it. Ram charity down my throat. Absolutely. I'll swallow it. But I'm not talking about a girl called Charity with something strapped on. I'm talking about genuine charity. Cross comes in from Scotland. It's still alive. Salma gets hold of it. Yeah, I'm absolutely happy to have footballers or pundits telling me about charity, but I'm not interested in your bloody politics. You know, there's certain ex-footballers who for the last few weeks, all they're tweeting about is bloody politics. Shove it up your arse. It's not, I don't follow you for your bloody for your politics. Not bothered. It's a personal thing. How to last longer? Advice, please, says Mazem. Depends what you're doing. You know, if you're on a run, do more runs. Get fitter. If it's other areas, again, practice, patience, control. Think about things that are going to keep the wolf from the door, basically. You know, if you think everything's coming to a conclusion, make the story longer. I find trying to memorize football teams from the past is a very good one. So, you know, if you think things are about to go off, then suddenly start thinking, can I name the Manchester United FA Cup final side? And if you can, think who started for Man City, you know? Portugal to win it all. They stopped trying to experiment with the football. What's this? The Golden Sloth says Portugal to win it all if they stop trying to experiment. Same as England then. Same as England. Are you going to watch Argentina versus Canada tomorrow? This is curious. No. Is that the start of the Copa America? I think it's a friendly, isn't it? Is it tomorrow? Oh, yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Argentina against Canada. Opening game of the Copa America. Where is the Copa America 2024? Well, the the Copa America, the tournament will be held in the United States. You've got games in North Carolina, 80,000. MetLife Stadium, 71,000. Houston, 20,000. Bloody hell, that's crap. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. You've got Houston, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, Arlington, Texas, 80,000. Paradise, Nevada, 61,000. Kansas City, Missouri, 76,000. Kansas City, Kansas, 18,000. Orlando, Florida, 25,000. And Miami Gardens, 64,000. Do you think they'll sell them all out? Do you get good attendances for the Copa America? Mctominay is beating Jordan Henderson. Would you play in Soccer Aid if you were given the opportunity, says Chris? They'll never ask me, but of course I would. And I'd probably, I reckon if Bartlett can score 2, I can score 3. Messi going to win a Ballon d'Or for his haircut, says Parker. And who do you think has the best jersey in the Euros, says PM? Well, I'll let you lot be the judge of that. Good cross by Switzerland. It's bouncing around. Scotland need to get to half-time here. They need to get to half-time and regroup. Apparently they'll all sell out, says Conrad. Oh, the Copacabana. It's all been Switzerland since they equalised. Scotland are reverting into Czech Republic mode. And it's Switzerland in again, and it's offside. Germany's top is nice. I agree, Chris. I'll be wearing my England away top tomorrow. I wore the home one on Sunday, so we'll try the away one tomorrow. Is that a penalty? No, not for me. And that's that offside goal, which was closer than it looks, but yeah, he's offside. I played the game. Do you play golf, Mark? No, I ain't got time for anything like that. I know loads of people who like golf, and a lot of people have said you should play golf. But I ain't got the time for golf. Maybe in the future. Has there been a penalty in the Euros yet, says Andy? Good question. I feel like there is, but I can't think who had it. I do play snooker, and I play snooker very well, Callum. Croatia, penalty, yes. Germany had a penalty as well, yes. Yeah, there you go. We've had 2. Croatia had 1 and missed as well, yes. Take the time to take some sense of what you want to say and cast your words away along the waves. We're in Germany, aren't we? Says Prajit. So, we've got 1 minute to go to half-time here. Scotland Really do need to get something out of this game. They were 1-0 up. A little bit of a mistake with a back pass, but an absolutely banging finish by Shaqiri has sat them down. You can't do much about it. It's one of those things. I've been watching a lot of classic films lately, actually. Guess what I watched last night? Backdraft. Not a porno. No, it's a film about fire. And very, very enjoyable affair it was. What's your highest break in snooker? 48. Three minutes added on. The Scots look knackered already, says Liam. Pool is more fun than snooker. Look, I'm thinking of starting like some of these influencers play darts and stuff. I think pool would be good, and I'd be very good at it. I'd probably be the winner, so I'll certainly beat I'll definitely beat like Bazinga and Nico and Ginge. I'm just naming popular influencers now, and I'll be the best. I'll win it. Which player did you expect to be world class in the Euros? And he has been. Sheehan, no one's been bloody world class in the Euros. Come on, it's early days, mate. There's a long way to go yet. I think Musiala's doing his reputation well, but I think there'll be a few others who come out. Ginger's quite good at darts. Do you think Scotland will score a goal this Euro, says Jamie? I think they already bloody have. I think Mctominay should have got that goal. I don't understand why it was an OG. Genuine. Real talk. England unchanged tomorrow, by the way. That's the other highlight of the half. We're just about to hit half time here. Apparently, Shaqiri is the only player to score at the last 3 Euros and last 3 World Cups. That's a pretty good record that will become irrelevant when he doesn't score in the next one, I suppose. We're about to hit half time here. Mark, will you be in USA for World Cup 26? I hope so, Brennan. Half time. And it's 1-1 at half time. That's been stuck on there and that should have moved off. That's my fault. Let me pause that. So, I mean, look, in fairness, doesn't feel like that sort of a game, does it? 50-50 basically on possession. Switzerland have had more shots, but only one more on target, 3-2. Only 2 more corners. Passing accuracy is more... I tell you what, Scotland are in that game more than I actually thought. If I was Steve Clarke, I would be turning on That's Football and saying, look at the stats, or just get the stats from another provider. But I would be showing them that and say, look, why have you dropped your heads? You know, it's like you've got magnets on your forehead. That would only work if the floor was metal. But you know what I mean? They're letting their heads drop. Ned Stark FC, come on, lift it up. Get Marcus Rashford on the phone. Get those heads up. Like, it actually is statistically a closer game than it might feel. And a point for Scotland I don't think would be the end. If they get a point, I'm telling you now, if they get a point and then they beat Hungary, they'll be on 4 points and they probably would go through as one of the third place qualifiers. So they've got a chance, Scotland, and they've got to believe in it. But I feel that since that Shaqiri goal, it's almost been it's almost been a, you know, a bit of a letdown. Charlie says Reeve from pitch side is good at pool. Close match. Bring it on. I'll sink pitch side, more like on your side, falling over when I beat you. Could have done better. The Iron Brew must have run out, says Jack Glancy. Someone swim across the North Sea quick. You've only got 15 minutes. And hi, Mark. Are you covering the Copa America as well, says Connor. I hadn't planned to, but I might do some of them. Do you think Scotland, this own goal for Scotland is some player, 2 goals already for them? Still don't understand why it is. Madness, really. And Mark, will you be in the US? Done that one. Would you beat Jimmy White of levels? Says Kenneth Turney. I don't think I'd beat Jimmy White. I don't think I'd beat him. And yeah, but look, I think Scotland have to just start believing. I feel that they've... I mean, that Mctominay shot's going in. I think UEFA are real arseholes here. Because it's not definite that Sommer's going to save that. It looks like he will, and he probably does. But you can't play prediction games when the shot's on target. Why have they put McGinn as the second striker? It's very confusing, Atura. I think they're trying to get up the pitch. But anyway, as I was saying, Scotland, since it's gone to 1-1, just seem to have stopped believing. I'd get, if I was Steve Clarke, I'd get William Wallace, well, not William Wallace, Mel Gibson from Braveheart. I'd play that. Then I'd give him a can of Iron Brew, and then I'd do Proclaimers. I would walk and just get the mood up a little bit. They've got to believe. They've got to start believing in themselves, because they've got a great chance here. They've got a great chance, and I just don't think they're believing in themselves at the moment. I really, really don't. No sympathy for Scotland from the Rangers, says Wes. McTominay has beaten Jordan Henderson 59% to 41%. Oh, Jordan, I hope you're not watching. I mean, the fall-off is incredible. You know, a year ago, you're at Liverpool. You go to Saudi Arabia for big money. That doesn't go well. You think you're going to go to the Euros as Southgate's mouthpiece. You're not. And now, to cap it all off, you've been beaten by Scott McTominay in an either-or by 60% to 40%. It's time to retire, Jordan. Get yourself a job on TNT or TalkSport. Your days of a player are gone when you're getting beaten that much by Scott McTominay. You fell off, mate. You fell off so much, you're still bloody falling. You know, you fell off a cliff, mate. You fell off a cliff. Give us some either-ors, by the way. Happy to do some of those. Attempt at being unbiased. We're never going to be brilliant, says Stuart Wallace, but we have shown up today. Outside of a lunatic defensive mistake, we're sound at the back, says Stuart. Yeah, and look, the goal from Shaqiri, I don't really feel it's a mistake by the Scottish player. Obviously, it is a mistake, but from there, you wouldn't expect to concede that. You know, you'd expect it's Shaqiri. He's not going to be quick enough to get into a one-on-one. There's still a lot of work to do, but the finish is brilliant. Really, really is. How's the Euros been, Mark? Says to Beast. Been cramp cancelling all week. Hope you've been well. Are you coming to America for the World Cup? We need you. I hope so, but it's 2 years away, mate, and I don't take life for granted. We're here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. And I, would plan to be there for the World Cup, and there is a lot of, talks going on already, but, 2 years is a long time, isn't it? I'm going to do a poll for you here. Somebody asked me how much I'm enjoying this tournament. Let's just do this. Qatar World Cup or Euro 2024? Which one do you think is the better tournament? And remember, you got to see the Qatari World Cup in its entirety. Niall says, dream dinner guests, dead or alive, pick 3. Oh, I have thought this through before. So I would like an evening with Sir Alex Ferguson, because I think he likes a glass of red wine, and so do I. He reads a lot of books, and so do I. And he's a footballing genius. And you know, we have that in common. But so Sir Alex Ferguson, I mean, there's loads of different combinations, but I'd have Sir Alex Ferguson there. I think you've got to be diverse. So I would probably, well, you don't have to be diverse, but I'm struggling actually if I'm going to be diverse. I don't want to throw somebody in just for the hell of it. But, you know, probably Cleopatra from Egypt. Just what was that all about? No, I wouldn't really. There'd be a language barrier and we wouldn't be able to use our phones because she'd probably think it was magic. I don't know, actually. Sir Alex Ferguson, definitely. I don't know. There's loads of people, actually. I think Sir Alex Ferguson would definitely be there. I'm just going to keep it to football. Sir Alex Ferguson. Is Pele dead? Yeah, 29th of December. How did I not know that? I thought he was dead, but I didn't want to say he was dead and then him not be dead. So I had to say, is he dead? Well, I have Pele there. I think Pele would be very interesting because there's so much about his career that we don't know, that we'll never know now. How did I not know Pele was dead for 100%? That is weird. I was going to say, I knew he was ill. He's worse than that. I should have known that. I'm not had a drop. You know what? I can't remember Pele dying. I remember him being ill, but it was 2 years ago. So obviously he passed away. Yeah. I'd have Pele, Sir Alex Ferguson, and I'm only doing football people. You couldn't have George Best there. I mean, you'd have to limit the drink. I would say, I actually think someone like Jose Mourinho would be pretty good in a footballing sense. I go for interesting people. There's no point having Messi and Ronaldo there because I'm not convinced that they're actually good conversation. Mark, if you do come to World Cup 26, I have a guest stream you can stay in if that helps convince you, says Brennan. You know, knowing me, I'll probably get put up at the White House. You know, yeah. Completely unrelated, but have you seen Ugandan soft ground wrestling? It looks brutal, but then again, you are just suplexing people on dirt. Jack, I'll leave that one with you. Why do you think it is that English fans are always the ones embarrassing themselves abroad, getting into fights, losing them and running away, says Nick MC. Yeah, but look at last night, Turkey and Georgia. There was no English fans there. I do think we do get attached to that all the time. Ivan Toney versus Rasmus, says Krug. I can do that in a minute. Thank you very much. Euro 2024 versus Qatari World Cup, either or. 34% Qatar World Cup, 66% Euros. I mean, recency bias is there, of course, but I think in relation to the group stage, there's no contest, is there, at the moment? And I you know, look, I was saying this before. I think I said it on the podcast. The Euros is a stronger tournament than the World Cup. Even though Argentina and Brazil do make it more interesting, the Euros ends up being a stronger tournament because it's a smaller tournament with more teams around the same level in it. Now, the World Cup that's coming up in America is going to be very difficult at times when you're getting France playing the likes of Panama and stuff like that. I think you do get some mismatches in the World Cup that don't... Look, I've pretty much watched every game in the Euros so far. I think when you think about the World Cup, I mean, look at the opening fixture, Algeria, Qatar. It's just like, yeah, I think the World Cup is obviously the pinnacle of international football, but I don't think it's as interesting as the Euros in relation to its competitiveness. It can be later on in the tournament, but Abraham says, I think the Qatari World Cup would have been way more interesting if it hadn't been so obviously rigged. Justin says, you're a legend, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much for tuning in, Justin, and thanks for your super chat. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, We are getting very close to 175k, which is what we're trying to hit tonight. We're only 200 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Please share the video as well if you've already subscribed. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Massive 45 minutes coming up for Scotland here. 1-1. And might not be a terrible result for them if they draw. If they lose, I think they're out. I don't think they'll be able to get through with that goal difference, even if they beat Hungary. And but if they can get a draw here, they set up a massive game against Hungary in the final game. England tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'll be live. The next, let me just talk to you about that for a moment, actually. Tomorrow's fantastic day tomorrow. You've got Slovenia, Serbia at 2 o'clock, which I think it's interesting from a Slovenia point of view. We played Serbia. It was quite tight. I don't think it's going to matter too much in the final game because I think we'll beat Denmark. But I will be keeping an eye on the Slovenia game because, you know, how good are they? England, Denmark at 5 o'clock. Massive, absolutely massive game. The weekend starts here. And then I've got to sort of do that one and then get ready for Spain, Italy because I want to watch Spain, Italy at 8 o'clock. I think it's going to be a cracker. I might be little bit drunk by then because it's I probably will be, but yeah, big day tomorrow of football with England, the 5 o'clock game, but I'm really looking forward to Spain, Italy. Friday, Slovakia against Ukraine at 2 o'clock, which is the Netherlands group, isn't it? Am I right? No, I'm not right. Slovakia and Ukraine is the Romania group, which is not being played. That's Group E. That's going to be Saturday. Belgium against Romania at 8 o'clock. So Slovakia against Ukraine. Slovakia obviously beat Belgium. So if they can beat Ukraine, got a great chance of topping the group. 5 o'clock, low-key, massive. I want Austria to win. They're playing Poland at 5 o'clock. And then Netherlands, France at 8 o'clock on Friday night. What a way to start your weekend proper. Netherlands against France, 8 o'clock on Friday night. Saturday, you've got Georgia against Czech Republic at 2, Turkey against Portugal at 5, and Belgium against Romania at 8. Can Belgium bounce back, or will they be bouncing out of the tournament? And then Saturday night, we've done the second round of games already, which takes us into Sunday, where it will be final group games. Group A being the first. Copa America will be kicking off as well over that weekend as well. Is there any Copa America games that take my fancy? Well, I think Brazil's first game is on Monday, isn't it? Against Costa Rica. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Absolute legends. Players are out on the pitch. We're ready to go for the second half. Let me get the timer ready. Scotland, their date with destiny. And it's a big 45 minutes here. You know that coach with the long hair who looks like he used to be an ABBA? Didn't he used to be a coach for Aston Villa? I don't know what his name is, but I'm sure he used to be the assistant coach at Aston Villa. Looks like he used to be an ABBA. You'll know who I mean. Someone will even know his name. Right, refs, let's get it kicked off. Come on then. Let's get those vans out. There we go. All to play for. Get the stats carousel rolling around. Order the book. Scan the QR code. Enter the competition. This is the book, by the way. Genuine. I should find a place for it, really. No. Well, I'll do that. I'll do that. Take the time to take some... Right, okay. France versus Argentina final saved the Qatari World Cup, says Corrupt. Glad to be in America. Euros in the morning and Copa America in the afternoon, says Daniel. Thank you very much for your super chat. Well, there's an early corner here for the Swiss. They seem to have had loads of corners, but actually it's only corner number 6, and Scotland have had 3. Scotland headed away. And it'll be another corner here. Reese says, should I put Trossard in my fantasy team? If you don't read books, Jimmy, get it on Audible. I listen to a lot of books now. I've done recently. My last 3 books I've listened to. Peter Kay. There was a Partridge book about a lighthouse, and what was that? Katie Price's latest one. That's a joke. Glad to be in America, says Daniel. Come on, get me some questions as well. We've got to keep the tempo up here. Black Snake says, which player surprised you so far in the tournament? Kante. Easy. I mean, I was stunned to see Kante on the pitch for France. And then I was even more surprised to see him as prime Kante. And then I was even more surprised to see that he was 33. But honestly, I think if you speak to Chelsea fans, the problem with Kante wasn't his ability. It was his ability to stay fit. Did you see Stonehenge today? Oh, yeah. I can't even remember what they're called. Stop Oil. Don't get that wrong. Yeah, I think it is anti-oil, isn't it? They sprayed some orange powder onto Stonehenge. Publicity, though, isn't it? That's what they do. Which is why I don't really talk about it. They want the publicity. It's like when, Man United play a game and somebody does the plane thing and it goes viral. But that's what they want. That's what they do it for. You should ignore these people. Don't give them any coverage. They want the outrage. They'll be really happy that people are outraged. That's the whole point. There'll be some, and the 2 people that get arrested and whatever, there'll be another 100 waiting to come in and do it. Scotland have got a free kick here. Andy Robertson's on it. It's not a shootable one. It's a crossable one. Not a very good one. Not a very good one. So that cross was so bad. Dracula's giving him the finger. He's going, can't even kill me. Thoughts on this silly argument between the Gallagher brothers? They probably get along more than we think, but they carry it on with it. Publix as one. I haven't seen what it's all about now. Are you happy that Southgate is naming an unchanged team tomorrow? Says Jace Wilkinson. I will do the Rasmus Tony poll for you in a moment, yeah. Hello, my birthday's today and I got your jumper, says Jimmy. Happy birthday, Jimmy. No, I'm not happy with Southgate picking the same team. We didn't play well against Serbia. So I wouldn't pick the same team. Akanji's just gone down injured here. Referee's blowing the whistle. Life without Sky Sports, says Jack. I could live without Sky Sports now. The only reason I subscribe to Sky is for the TV coverage. I don't need Sky Sports News. I don't need anything on Sky other than the Premier League or football. I mean, what would life be without... What would Sky be without Premier League What would Sky be without Premier League coverage? Finished. Better actor, Matthew McConaughey or Leonardo DiCaprio? I prefer DiCaprio, but McConaughey is very good, Aaron Jones. Euro 2024 has won with 66% of the vote over the Qatari World Cup. I'm going to do this poll that somebody asked for as well, either or. It'd be interesting, actually. I mean, I'm a big fan of Rasmus playing against England tomorrow. I think he might be in for a tough game. Guehi and Stones look very good against Serbia. I tell you what, I'd love I'd love to have access to like live coverage. I think that's the world that people with those budgets need to wake up to. You know, what are audiences really interested in now? Are they interested in traditional media or the media that we're creating? A lot of people are interested in this type of media. So there should at least be an alternative package. If I was a TNT or a Sky, I'd be saying, hey, Goldbridge, you know, you've got thousands of people watching your watch-alongs. Do you fancy being an alternative on our coverage? And we'll give you the actual footage you can commentate on. That'd be great. Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? Vincent says. And do you agree with all the past winners? In my opinion, Henry was robbed in 03 and Messi should not have won it 8 times. Vincent, I think Haaland should have won it last year. And I think Bellingham or Vinicius Jr. will win it this year. And I'd agree with that. Southgate as a coach is like having a pen with no ink, says Jimmy. And what's your thoughts? Here we go. I want everyone to answer this. Aidan says, what are your thoughts on international football as a whole? I hate international football. I hate it. And I even saw it yesterday. You know, when the fixtures came out in the Premier League, 3 games and then we have an international break. I hate it. I despise it. I hate the international breaks because they break up the start to the season. But I love the Euros and I love the World Cup because in the summer, there is no football in June. So when you end a season, have a couple of weeks off and then you go into a tournament, it's amazing. I love international football like this, but I hate international football during the season. And that's the best way I can explain it. I love international football in June. I hate it in the domestic season. But some people love international breaks. I don't. Have you watched House of Dragon Season 2? I watched the first episode. Nitro. Alec Miller says, better crime film, Heat or The Departed? Oh, it's Heat. It's got to be Heat, yeah. I haven't watched The Departed for ages. I do need to rewatch it. In fact, I might watch it. I might start watching it tonight. Could we ban all internationals during the season? Do you think you'd get censored on Sky? I could still make it really good without having to do the stuff that would get me censored. I've played the game. I had a TalkSport show for 2 years. Never did anything wrong on there. I'm just reading comments now because Scotland need to do more. I think the problem with international football as an England fan is that the qualifying's boring. Like, I know England are going to qualify for every tournament. We never... The qualifying is getting easier and easier. There was a time where qualification used to be quite difficult, like when I was growing up. But it's too easy to qualify now. So, the only time it's worth watching England is in the Euros or the World Cup because the friendlies are a waste of time and qualification's always a piece of piss. Interesting ball in there. Good play by... he's given a corner. Corner to Switzerland again. Do you still do TalkSport? No, I'm not doing that Saturday night show anymore. No. Why aren't Norway in this, says Sanjay. Not good enough. Short corner, back post, headed away. They are you know what? Scotland have defended well. They do remind me a lot of Czech Republic yesterday. They've got to have more of an outball here. They're letting Switzerland are definitely the better footballing side. Have a stretch, says Linda. Good chat, Linda. Very, very good observation there. Here's a very distinctive... Oh, Switzerland are in. Cross. And another cross. He shoots straight at the keeper. Who do you think is the best player at the Euros? Mbappe. Did you get fired? No. No, it was my choice. It was amicable. I just think it's a bit like leaving TalkSport for me was a little bit like being, I'm trying to think of it in a footballing sense. Don't somebody say Mason Greenwood, you cheeky bastards. No, it was a bit like, I'm trying to think of it. I should have thought it through better. I suppose it's a bit like Enzo Fernandez at Benfica, you know? You've hit your ceiling and you think you're going on to something better. It might not be better. There's better examples of it. I just felt I'd just done everything I was going to be able to do, and I didn't feel that their ambitions matched mine, so I just decided I wanted to go and do other things. It's fine. Is that United's formation on the board behind you? Aidan, welcome to the Members Club. You're an absolute legend. Appreciate that. Do you think Hungary will beat Scotland? I think it'll be very similar to this, Finn. I think Scotland are, and I'm sure we've got plenty of Scottish fans in the chat. You weren't expecting to come and play like Pep's Man City, were you? You know, it's hard work, it's organisation, it's graft. With so many EPL players on Scotland's squad, you'd expect better performances at Angel. And isn't it Southgate ball which makes international breaks so unbearable, says Wan. I just think it's also the competitiveness. Oh, what a turn! If he scores and he missed, I tell you what, I don't know whether he meant it, Ndoye. But the way he spun the defender there, I want to see this back, because if he did this on purpose, he's just fucked up an amazing goal. I think he got lucky. That was a good save by the keeper. I want to see that turn. No. Cameraman needs sacking. Sack the cameraman. That's not the replay we want. We want to see how he spun it. Twat. Good save by the keeper. I want to see how he spun, whether it was lucky or not. Oh, Tierney's coming off. It's going like this. I'm done. I'm out. Mbolo's coming on. Should be subbing the bloody cameraman. We need to see that replay in a close-up as to how he spun that round. I think it was... Here we go. No, that's Shaqiri's goal. What? You know what? If I was the producer, I'd be going, get the replay in a slow motion close-up on how he spun to get the shot. That's what everybody's asking about. I don't know whether it was a world-class turn or not. Mbolo for Shaqiri. He's a unit, Mbolo. Individual says, what's on your must-reads list? Well, I don't know whether they're must-reads, but I read a few books in my late teens that I think probably had an impact on me. He's done it again, look. They've not shown the spin again. He's done it again. He's shown the shot again, but he hasn't shown the spin. And he's shown it again, and he's not shown the spin. Oh, he's taking the piss. It could be a her. Why won't they show the spin? Kieran Tierney's going off on a stretcher here. It ain't just, I need to come off. He's on a stretcher. Anyway, must-reads. I read 3 books in my late teens that really had an impact on me in very different ways. And I think books are a dying breed. I mean, they are already dead. They're basically dead trees. But if you know, 3 books that have had an impact on me. So, Catcher in the Rye, which is a classic. I haven't read it in years, but it's about this... I can't remember what his name is in it. But he goes to New York. I remember that. The Beach, brilliant book. The film's not as good as the book, far away from the book. And then the third one would have to be Football, according to Mark Goldbridge. Get in. A life changer, and you can order it when the QR code goes around. No. Seriously though, you might find it Holden Caulfield. That was his name, Jared. You might find it very hard reading, and it certainly took me to places for that couple of weeks that I've never been. But American Psycho, it's just, you'll either absolutely hate it or you'll read it and go, that really did impact me. Take the time. Well, we still haven't seen the spin from that player. I felt like I should have replied. I should have rewind it at the time. But here we are, half an hour to go. Scotland have played their part. Of course they have. Is there to be a twist in the tail? I feel that Scotland are out if they lose. If they can draw, or even better, they've got a great chance of going through. Oh, I missed it, says Jody. Did he mean it then? Take your top off, says Isaac. It was a mistake, says Taff. I thought it might be. Thought it might be. Got a new super chat here from Kareem. Goldstein hinted something about telling the producers that he did not want a particular person on TalkSport Drive. I had a feeling he was talking about you. This is Karim. When was that from? Oh, I can't. I'll never know now. But if you could tell me when it was from. Shot over the bar there. I mean, the trouble about that guy, Kareem, is he's an irrelevance. Like, nobody really knows who he is. And I've noticed in the last sort of 6 months, he's actually trying to be relevant in his old age. He talks more shit and tries to get clipped up more. He's probably the only person from that organisation that I would have a bad, you know, but he can keep gobbing off, because what he doesn't realise is a lot of people say stuff behind his back about what he's like to work with. So he needs to keep his gob shut. He's a coward, and that's the truth. But he's the only person that I didn't really rate when I was there. But he's definitely a coward. It wasn't about not wanting me on the show. He was scared, and he begged the producer not to do it. I was down in London to go on the show. He doesn't have the power to say I couldn't go on it. He just begged them not to do it because he's a coward. And also he never bloody shuts up about me on his radio show all the time. Anyway, enough of that. Come on, Scotland, do it for Shrek, says Martin. Oh, I used to love Shrek. Tracy Taylor says, Mark, good book. The Dog Man, it's amazing. It's based in Japan years ago. One of the best books I've read and listened to. Great show. Thank you, Tracy. We're having a bit of a book club. I don't think people read enough. McTominay's won a free kick here. It's on the edge of the box, but it's on the far side. So Andy Robertson needs to get on this free kick. Definitely a free kick. Kanji on McTominay. Man City on Man United. Andy Robertson needs to be on this. On his left foot. Not you, McTominay. Oh, McTominay's going to take... What? No. Andy Robertson needs to take this with his left foot and whip it towards the back post. Yeah. Not McTominay. Yeah. Fucking definitely. What was McTominay thinking about there? He's got to get himself in the box. Definitely not a right footer's shot. Right, Robertson needs to whip this in towards the back post and hope that somebody gets some sort of deflection on it or it just goes in. It's got to be one of them cross shots. That's good. That's good! Oh, they're at the post! Oh, it was exactly like I said. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was a cross. I think it might have gone off shot. He's put it perfectly there. Andy Robertson's cross is perfect there. And it was a header onto the post. It's perfect. And he's headed it onto the post. Can't do much more than that. They got it right. Emre says, I know this isn't the place, but for some reason I can't super chat at the United stand. What do you think about Wan-Bissaka to Galatasaray rumours? I don't know why that would be, Emre. There's a lot of talk from Turkey about signing players for Man United. Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Eriksen. I think the problem you'll have is wages and transfer fees. I mean, look, they're up for grabs. I think that, you know, most Man United players are up for sale. Hanley hit the post, says Peach. England tomorrow. Don't miss it. We're only 100 subscribers away from 175,000, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. It's been a great chat tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I would call you the hardcore of the Euros. Yeah, Spain-Italy tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Look, England-Denmark's the bigger game because I'm English and I want us to win. And when it's your team, it's just different, isn't it? But really, Italy-Spain tomorrow. Both won their first game. Both will want to finish top of the group. There's absolutely no reason not to take it serious. That's Football Ultras, says Solid Blake. You know the score. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Share the video. This community. Daniel Sturtridge, thanks for joining and being a member. Get your badge in. I need to sort out a live show this year. The year's going by so quick. In some ways, I think the year's gone by really quick, and then I think of some of the stuff I've done this year already, and I think, oh, maybe not. I mean, I've already done the Beta Squad charity game, which was massive. Played at Anfield. Played at Villa Park. Been to Wembley. Won the FA Cup. Got my book coming out. Hoyland has beaten Tony 64% to 36%. Look, I've not said anything about that. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. It's got nothing to do with me. End of the poll. Hoyland 64%, Tony 36%. Well done. I'm going to give you another one now. Andy Robertson on a corner for Scotland. His delivery on the last free kick was good. Can he replicate it again? No, doesn't beat the first man. One of my big pet hates that is corners that don't beat the first man. I don't think... Is it a pressure thing? I don't know if you've ever played the game, right? You'll know what I'm about to say here. If you've ever played the game and you've ever taken corners, how many times do you fail to beat the first man? If anything, I overhit it, but I never don't hit the first man, right or left-footed. I never don't beat the first man. But at the highest level, the amount of players that don't beat the first man. And you know why I think it is? Because I think they're aiming for a flick on at the front post. That's my theory on it. Because if you've played the game, I think it's almost impossible to hit the front, not beat the first man, unless you're trying to deliberately hit a flick on. Just for context, title of the clip, Goldstein clashes with United fan over Ten Hag. 5 minute in, he gives an analogy. Says Karim. I'll have a look at that. Cheers, mate. If he's talking about me, again, he never shuts up about me. And if he's talking about me, I went down to London. I had a meeting with the top producer, and I was meant to be going on Drive. And the producer was like, "We can get you on, but he's having a right tantrum about it." And I said, "Look, I'll happily go on. It would make good content, but at the end of the day, I'm really not that fussed." So we left it. Mctominay, room temperature IQ, trying to take a free kick, says Danny. And Hessen says, "What's it like going through life as a 6'4", ripped, athletic, photogenic, well-spoken, incredibly funny man?" Well, I do hit 3 of those things, but 3 I don't hit, so I don't know, Hessen. Thanks, Karim. I think Palmer should start tomorrow, says Justin. Why are you so great, says Inbred? Because the community's so great. We're in it together, mate. Palmer's not starting tomorrow because it's the same team starting. So Trent will be holding the midfield and Foden will be on the left. Solomon's got a good one. He says, "Is retiring with your national team more respectful than retiring with your club, like Kroos and Giroud?" I think it's nice for Kroos to retire from completely having played for Germany. I think it's the less travelled route because not everyone plays for their international team. Oh, I've got a poll now. I forgot what it was. Either or. Cross comes in from Scotland, headed over. I tell you what, Scotland have been better for the last 10 minutes. Rudiger or Stones. I don't know why Scott McTominay's been on set pieces. He took a corner in the first half. Double substitution here for Switzerland. I'll tell you what, Scotland have got a chance here. Switzerland have same thing happened against Hungary. They've dropped off in the second half. Is Rudiger better than Stones? I think he's more popular than Stones. I don't actually think it should be a landslide. I think John Stones is a very, very good centre-back. I do, and I know he plays for Man City, but it's like Foden. Just because I don't like Man City, I can't hide from the fact that people like, you know, Haaland and De Bruyne and Foden and Rodri and Stones. Stones is very good. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I think he's a very, very good player. I really do. I like Rudiger. I do like Rudiger. I liked Rudiger at Chelsea. I think he's fantastic, and I probably would pick Rudiger over Stones, but I'm just saying I don't think Stones is 80% to 20% worse. Another corner for Scotland. I tell you, I can feel it. I can feel it here. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Dun 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 dun. Nathan Bull says we had this poll already. We definitely didn't. Crosses is still in the. It's alive in the box. Oh, there's a player gone down. Referee's not having any of it. McTominay's got it. Play for another corner. No, it's gone for a throw. Gilmore went down. No, he's not getting a penalty for that. Never in a million years. If I said just sack Pat, what film would I be quoting? Says inbred. I know exactly. Alpha. Oh, Alpha. This is the Alan Partridge film, isn't it? Alpha Papa, that was it. Also, in my opinion, I think you were probably born great, says inbred. Oh, thank you very much. 2 nice messages in a row. Stones is better on the ball than Rudiger, says Sanil. Rudiger's won anyway, 77% to 23%. That was my fault. Wasn't even a good poll. Alien or Aliens? Well, you've got to have watched the films, but Aliens for me. More action. A little less conversation, a little more action, please. What do you think about Croatia versus Albania, says Ty? You know what? I think that Albania are what we were told they were going to be, which is not whipping boys. I mean, 2-1 against Italy, 2-2 with Croatia. Ultimately, I think they'll probably go out because Spain's their last game, but they've given a good account of themselves. Switzerland on the attack. We haven't seen a lot of that this half. That's good play. Over the bar. I believe in love. It's all we got. He's a handful, that Endoy, isn't he? Another Bologna player. I mean, I tell you what. What Motta has done with Bologna this season, incredible. 5th in the league, and they've got loads of players in this tournament. Obviously, Xerxes, Endoy, Freuler, Abisha, Calafiori. Who was the better character, Uncle Albert or Grandad in Only Fools and Horses? I think that they were both good at what they did, and they were both good in the other. I think I love Only Fools and Horses, so I will take time on this one. It's not an either or for me, because I think they both serve the story of the series. I don't think you can have Only Fools and Horses without Grandad or Uncle Albert. Mark, come to India. Thoughts on India? Well, I do want to go to India. And would you rather have I've played the game replace the EA Sports intro, or make a new FIFA promo with an unlimited budget and choice of players? Says Matt. I think I've played the game to replace it. That would be good. Do Bellingham or Musiala, says Alec. I will do that. I don't know whether we have done it in the past. I don't know whether we've done it during the Euros. Either or. Bellingham. Musiala. There you go. 10 minutes to go. Only 100 subscribers away from 175,000. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. That's football. We've got England tomorrow at 5 o'clock against Denmark. We're live for that. We've also got Spain against France. Spain against Italy. I'm doing both those games tomorrow on That's Football. Very much looking forward to them. This is the place to be. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Cross for Scotland. Too high for Mctominay, but back post. He's on it. Oh, I tell you what. Mctominay It's still alive. I tell you what, that block, I reckon that was going in. Scotland can do this. They can do this. They've been the better team in the last 20 minutes. They believe. I'd like to see that Mctominay shot again because I think it was going in. Watch out for the Swiss counter, says H. They've not been in the game second half, Switzerland. Same as Hungary. Are they happy with the draw? Are they playing for a draw? Diego says Switzerland have been disappointing. Yeah, they have. They've not been anywhere near what I thought they would be. Oh, Mbolo might be offside. He finishes it well. I think he's offside. Yeah, flag goes up. He took it well. He took it well, but I thought he was offside. Linesman did his job well there. Chiesa versus Leao next, maybe, says Hessen. Yeah, Mbolo's just timed his run wrong. Lovely finish. Look at all the beer at the end there. Wasted beer. Microwave Confusion says, give us some media behind the scenes info. What's it like behind the scenes? Do you have to turn down brand deals then that don't work for you? Well, I'll answer questions. I mean, I've said this for years. If you've got questions about things, I will always answer them. I'm not bothered about doing it within reason. Yeah. I mean, I'm not speaking out of turn there. I did a speech I was on a forum twice this year talking about the industry, and yeah, I mean, yeah, we do get approached by brands that we don't work with because it doesn't fit with what we want to do or what we think. Nice play. Endoy. They've got to be careful here, Scotland. They've been the better side, and Switzerland. Endoy. Oh, what's that? Terrible pass. Goal kick. In your opinion, who's the best James Bond actor, says Ty? Everyone says Connery, but I never really liked the Connery films that much. I probably preferred Roger Moore to that. Do a Deitch impression. No, Reef, I'm not doing Deitch. I've had that's that Mctominay. Oh, that's definitely not a handball. I've been suffering with allergies recently, and I've had like nasal problems, so I ain't doing a Deitch and losing my throat. EA Sports. I've played the game, says J Dead. Well, with 2K getting hold of FIFA, they've done a good job with the wrestling. Kenneth says, do you remember Rodney speaking metaphorically about hats and trigger setting? Do you wear a hat now, Dave? I love Only Fools and Horses. I haven't probably watched it in about 18 months because I'm purposely having a break from it so that I can go back to it and watch them all again. I used to watch way too much of it. Kak says, who the hell picks Bellingham over Musiala? He's a PR type player. Well, 63% of you've gone with Bellingham. Seb's gone to bed, mate. He's had a game of football tonight, school tomorrow. I mean, it's June and they're doing pre-season. He's only 6. Do a Jamie Carragher impression. I'm not a bloody seal, Justin. I do my impressions off the cuff. Daniel Craig's the best Bond. Wow, they ruined it, didn't they? I can't watch Daniel Craig anymore. because I know what they do at the end, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that at all. I think they ruined it. They shouldn't do that. Scotland on the back post. Whip it, whip it, whip it. Oh, straight through to the keeper. Ndoye's gone off for Switzerland. Amdouni of Burnley has come on. A point for Scotland's not terrible. If they beat Hungary in the last game, 4 points, they'll get them through. Rafe, thank you very much. Oh, here we go, though, with Switzerland. Oh, he's overhit that. Rafe, thanks for joining the members club. You're a legend, mate. Thanks. Get your badge in. The goal has now been given to Mctominay. What were they doing giving it as an own goal? Absolute prats. Why do you think Norway will qualify for the World Cup? I mean, I hope so. I mean, they've got some really one of the best number 10s in the world, arguably the best striker in the world. It's just whether they've got everything else in the world, isn't it? I mean, you're never going to qualify if the rest of your team's shit. Not my words, the words of Jose Mourinho when talking about qualifying for the Champions League group stage with Manchester United. Has Cooper taken the Leicester job? Sanjay? I wasn't aware of that. I don't know why Kobe Mainu was in the England press conference and then he doesn't start. Oh yeah, Steve Cooper is now the leading contender for the Leicester job. I think that's Leicester getting relegated. And nothing against Cooper. I think he's a good coach, but I just don't think that... yeah, I think it's going to be it. So we've got 2 minutes of normal time to go. I'm sure Scotland would like to win. But a point wouldn't be the end of the world. Switzerland got a chance to whip across in the box. Oh, I tell you what. Is that Shah on the back post? No. It's a good... It's Amdouni. It's a good header. He's definitely probably onside. And he should score. But then again, Scotland hit the post, so that's pretty much there. Inbred said, "Miss my last super chat. Would love your opinion on Arnie." I like a lot of his films. Predator, Terminator, Terminator 2, Kindergarten Cop. A goat of the 80s, there's no doubt. McGinn and Adams come off. Shankland's coming on. Well, 4 minutes to go. I don't really get these substitutions, if I'm being honest. The Shawshank Redemption or the Green Mile, says Irish. I don't think I've ever watched the Green Mile in its entirety. Shawshank Redemption, definitely, though. That's a lovely cross by Robertson. No one's going to get on the end of it, though. But they've got it on the far side. Only 3 minutes left. If Scotland were to score now, that would be it. If Shankland scores, I'm going to piss myself because so many people said Shankland's going to get the winner. Robertson's in. Oh, Across the face of the goal. Edge of the box. Over the bar. Could have been for Scotland, you know. We said it at the start, and it really could have been. It could have been their night. It won't be, by the looks of it, but it could have been. Kanji's had a good game. Two minutes left. I'm not saying right is wrong. I don't know why I've got that song in my head. You've all been legends tonight, by the way. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I think it's the calm before the storm today. I think we've had some great games, but it's probably been a bit low-key, hasn't it? Albania, Croatia, Germany, Hungary, Scotland, Switzerland. I mean, I love it, and they've delivered all three games. But tomorrow is the day. Slovenia, what are they all about against Serbia? We've got them to play on Monday. Then it's England, Denmark. That's massive. And then Italy, Spain is probably the game I'm looking forward to the most in the next few days. France, Netherlands on Friday as well. Diego says, I thought the second half would be better. You know why I don't think the second half's been as good, mate? Is because I think Scotland know a point gives them a chance in the last game. And I think Switzerland know a point gives them 4 points, which basically gets them through as well. So I think this is why international football can be a little bit dull. Because when teams start to realise that, oh, a point might not be a bad thing, let's keep it tight. We've had no goals in the second half. Although, they have it at the post. And Amdouni probably should have scored for Switzerland as well. But I do sense that Switzerland have been content with what they've got. Robertson with a cross, headed away. But Scotland have had a go. They've had a go. And if they beat Hungary, they'll go through. And they take that over a loss. And that Steve Clarke looks pretty happy. That more or less will qualify Switzerland with 4 points. There we go. Job done. 1-1. Scotland are alive. And makes it very interesting on Sunday night now. Can Scotland get the win against Hungary and go through? I've just had a message from a mate saying Scotland are out. Get in, you crap bastards. Idiot. If you're watching, idiot. They're still very much in. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Tomorrow's the big day. England, Denmark, Spain, Holland, Netherlands, Dutch, whatever they want to call themselves. 3 games as well. Slovenia, Serbia kicks it all off. We'll have all 3 on That's Football. Make sure you subscribe. Absolutely brilliant chat tonight. Really loved it. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're very, very close to 175,000. We're only about 50 away now. So click that button and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I will see you tomorrow. I will be on the United Stand at 10. Don't forget to check out United Stand's evening show. We've got a transfer ban in relation to a player that we want to buy, which is just bloody fantastic. But there we go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll speak to you all later. Thanks for watching.